The compact SUV segment is starting to get overcrowded with vehicles that are basically Xerox, making it really tough to choose which one to buy if you don't already have some brand loyalty. And today we're going to be comparing the 2021 Mazda CX-30 Premium to the all-new 2022 Volkswagen Taos SEL. Both will provide you with a more upscale experience in this segment, but without having to pay for those luxury prices. Before we get into it, I just want to give a quick shout out to DG for hooking it up with both of these cars. I'm going to link the inventory for them in the description below, and it's cool because you can even buy them 100% online at dgdg.com. Both of these vehicles come standard with front-wheel drive and offer an optional all-wheel drive. Unfortunately, we were not able to get our hands on an all-wheel drive SEL Taos. However, I'm going to pretend that it is all-wheel drive for the rest of the day and give you those stats. The Mazda CX-30 has a less expensive base MSRP of $22,550, and the Volkswagen's base MSRP is $22,995. So even though these vehicles have a really similar MSRP, they have very different engines. This Premium has a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. It has 186 horsepower, 186 pound-feet of torque, making it the highest horsepower vehicle in this comparison specifically. It does have a slightly smaller fuel tank, 13.5 gallon capacity, and with 87 octane fuel, Mazda says you can get up to 31 miles per gallon on the highway and 24 in the city. Over to the Volkswagen. This SEL all-wheel drive has a 1.5 liter turbo engine and a 7-speed DSG automatic transmission. It gets 158 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. Its slightly bigger fuel tank can hold up to 14.5 gallons of fuel, and you can still fill it with 87, even though it is a turbo. You'll get up to 32 miles to the gallon on the highway and 25 in the city. It might be hard to tell, but the CX-30 is ever so slightly smaller than the Taos. I'm talking like inches in all directions. However, the CX-30 has a higher ground clearance of around 8 inches versus the Taos, which is about 6.5 inches of ground clearance. Now, if cargo capacity is really important to you, we should go look at the back of the Taos first. Behind the second row of the Taos, you will get almost 28 cubic feet of space. And you of course have Volkswagen's very standard ski pass, allowing you to fit longer items into the car without having to put the second row down. Now, with the second row down, you'll get almost 66 cubic feet of space. You have a ton of room for a bunch of stuff back here. One thing that makes this CX-30 Premium really stand out is it comes standard with a power lift gate. Super handy. Behind the second row, you'll get about 20 cubic feet of space. With that second row down, you'll get up to 46 cubic feet. Other than the fact that they are completely different vehicles, cosmetically, the key differences are on the Taos, you have an illuminated grille, and this pretend all-wheel drive would come with 19-inch wheels. On the Mazda, you get a really flashy gloss black grille and 18-inch wheels. Let's go inside. I'm only going to talk about the features that are different on the interior of each of these vehicles. So if you want to get the full lowdown of the Taos SEL, you can click the link in the upper right-hand corner. So what makes this really stand out is wireless charging, heated and ventilated seats. You get an 8-inch touchscreen display, which is really intuitive. You also get a few more driving modes in the all-wheel drive Taos. You'll get an off-road, snow, an on-road, which is like your normal driving mode, and also a custom. You also get Volkswagen's 10.25-inch digital cockpit, 2 USB-C charging outputs right next to your wireless charging, and you even have one in the back. You also have an 8-speaker Bose sound system. We reviewed the newer CX-30 2.5 liter Turbo Premium Plus right when it came out, and it's super fun to drive, fully loaded with a ton of features, but you'll get the general idea of the CX-30 by clicking the link in that upper right corner. So Biggest differences here. You don't get ventilated seats, you only get heated seats in the CX-30 Premium. You have a slightly larger 8.8-inch infotainment system. It's not touchscreen. And you also get a standard moonroof in the Premium. A couple other things, you have, instead of USB-C, you just have regular USB, two of those outputs right up front near your cup holders and inside of your center console. This just has a normal mode and a sport mode. You also have kind of a nicer Bose 12-speaker sound system. To wrap this up, both of these SUVs have all the same standard safety features. They are fully loaded. If a lower MSRP, more horsepower, a standard moonroof, that power liftgate are more important to you, definitely check out this Mazda. And if fuel economy, cargo capacity, things like a ventilated seat and a touchscreen are speaking to you, higher priority, check out the Volkswagen. And I do encourage you guys to test drive both because they have very different transmissions. That's all going to be based off of personal preference. So if you guys have any further questions, you can drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to watch those videos that I recommended earlier on in this video. And I would really love it if you would shift that gear to subscribe and support our channel. So thanks, bye.